Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Silver Surge. I'm your host, Silver Surge, bringing back to you another exciting episode of this pop culture sports collecting experience that I have unleashed upon you with 4 episodes now in one night. I gotta keep it going because I'm just having too much fun. This will probably be my last episode for the night. I'm gonna upload some more tomorrow, obviously, because I'm gonna just keep going until I have to go back to work. But as we move on from yesterday, not yesterday, but last episode, I should say. We're getting now to like I said before, a really cool piece that I'm really excited to share with you because this really got me on the whole collecting kick and made all of this possible, actually, as it turns out. Back in 2009, I went to an Arizona Diamondbacks baseball game with my dad. What happened is we had not been to a game, I want to say, since I was like 7 or 8, and we went to I want to say, let's see, 192, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually 6 years old. It was the Arizona Diamondbacks' inaugural season in 1998 when they first started playing in the league. And we went to a Rockies game, and we stayed because I guess the game went into extra innings, I remember. I have a really good memory when it comes to sports stuff. But I remember we took off because the game went to like 12 innings, and we were sitting up in the nosebleeds, and my parents were like, we're not staying, like, F this. And I was too young to remember, but I had not been to a game since. And so we circled back, and I told my dad, I want to go to a Diamondbacks game. I haven't been to a Diamondbacks game since I was a little kid. Like, it's been so long, and now I'm getting into sports, and I want to go. So we mutually agreed to go, like, see the Houston Astros at the time. And for whatever reason, I forget, we couldn't end up making the game. Like, a day before we had bought tickets, my dad was like, yeah, sorry, we can't make it. And I was crushed. And I was like, God, Dad, I was looking forward to this. I really want to go to this game. Like, you have no idea how upset I was because I was so jacked up to go to a baseball game that I haven't, to see a team I haven't seen in years. And I was really, really sad. But my dad wanted to make it up to me, so he let me pick another game in like a week or two. And we just randomly, I just picked a game. I looked up their schedule that season on the D-backs website, and I picked a game that was on I think a Saturday against the Florida Marlins at the time, who are now rebranded as the Miami Marlins, but they were called the Florida Marlins. And we went to that game. It was a 5:10 game. It's hilarious how I even know the time of the game and who it was against. I just have that good of a memory. But anyway, now we're getting into it. Sorry, I was taking forever to get to the point. It was a bobblehead day, and I didn't even know the Diamondbacks gave away items. I didn't know they had giveaway promotions. We went there, we got our tickets, and we got in line, and then all of a sudden the lady handed us boxes, and I was like, "What the hell is this crap?" I look at it, it was bobblehead. It's a Diamondbacks bobblehead, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So I was kind of excited about that. And I was like, well, that's cool. I got like a freebie for going to a game. And my dad was like, well, see, there you go. It was kind of like meant to be that we missed the first game. And as a result, we ended up getting, I don't know if you remember it, D-backs fans, but the first catcher I remember because he was a bobblehead, Chris Snyder. This was my very first bobblehead. And that's one memory that I will cherish with me because this is the crown jewel. This is what got me into all of this, all that stuff, all my posters, all my collection of memorabilia, autographs, figures, everything came from this Chris Snyder bobblehead. I didn't have much sports stuff at the time. I wasn't really huge on it yet. I was just starting to get into it more. But this bobblehead started it all. He was our catcher at the time, and it's really cool because this specific one comes with a catcher's mask too. So you can have him, you can display him without it, which I typically do in my display case that I have all my other Diamondbacks bobbleheads. Or you can put his little mask on, which, give me 1 second, I will put that on, and then it shows his catcher's mask, and it's like a double little effect there. So it looks really, really cool. I was so jacked up to get this bobblehead, and that is what started my love for collecting sports memorabilia and looking at paraphernalia and all that stuff. So this you can blame this. So if you ever watch this, Chris Snyder, I know you're retired from the big leagues. It is your fault that I spend so much money on this addiction. It is your fault that I am who I am today. So it's your fault that I collect all this, and I couldn't be happier. So thank you, and yeah, thank you for that. So anyway, that was the first thing. I wanted to build it up because it was such a big moment. So Anyway, I was so excited for that first bobblehead game, and I told my dad that I really wanted to attend another one that season because I looked on this like flyer while we were walking through the ballpark, and apparently they had this little poster. They're like, "Oh, there's more bobbleheads giveaways this year." There was like 5, and this happened to be like bobblehead 3, and there was a couple more. And the next one was Mark Reynolds, and that was against the San Diego Padres, and it's awesome because both of those bobblehead games we went to that same year, they won both games. The Florida Marlins game with Snyder, the first bobblehead, obviously, they won that game 5-1. So the D-backs had, I wouldn't say like a crap ton of offense, but they scored enough runs to make it entertaining, and they held Florida to 1 run. So it was like, yeah. So I got to go get a bobblehead, and they won the game, and it was just an amazing experience. And then when I discovered they had more bobbleheads that year, I decided, Dad, I want to go to another game. So we agreed, and we picked this game, and we got the Mark Reynolds bobblehead. I don't remember if he still plays or not. He might be on like the Orioles or something like that. I really don't remember. He's in the last years of, I think, his playing days. If he's even still playing anymore. He might even be retired. But yeah. So I got the Mark Reynolds bobblehead at the next one that was against the San Diego Padres, and I really enjoyed this game, especially because this game specifically had my first huge game memory. So I got the bobblehead. The Diamondbacks obviously won that game, but we ended up sneaking down to seats behind home plate that were in the way back because no one was sitting there at the time, and security wasn't as tight as it is now for sporting events here in the year 2018, because that was 2009 when things were less hectic. But anyway, we got to sneak down to the back row behind center plate, and freaking I forget who it was. I think it was like Justin Upton or someone like that. Hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th inning. We were tied at like 4 or something like that, and there was a walk-off grand slam, and it was the freaking coolest moment I have ever remembered at a Diamondbacks game. I could not tell you how exciting that feeling was to watch a grand slam. The bases loaded, yes, smack it out of the park. It was wild because those are hard. Those are hard to see as a baseball fan. So you don't see too many of those. So I got to get my second bobblehead ever, and I got treated to a grand slam up close. So that was a really special memory, and thoroughly enjoyed that. And that just it set the tone and set the stage, I guess is a better term to use, for my collecting addiction and for my fanhood of all teams Arizona. Because now I'm a huge Arizona Cardinals fan. I'm a huge Diamondbacks fan. I'm a huge Coyotes fan, Suns fan. Even though most of them are in serious rebuilding mode and kind of suck right now, I still am a true fan. True and true. I might bitch a lot about how they suck, and I wish they were more competitive every season. There's certain things I'm frustrated, but I will always be a fan, no matter where I live. Even if I'm not in Arizona anymore, I will continue to be an Arizona fan, everything fan. I support them, the Arizona Rattlers, everybody. So that's just my passion. I will always be true to my teams. There's only one out-of-state team that I support, and that's the Ohio State Buckeyes. Shout out to all my family back in Ohio. There's a specific reason that I root for them. Most of my family all lives in Ohio, so that's why I support the Ohio State Buckeyes too. But anyway, this video is way too long. It's already over 8 minutes. I don't want them to be this long, so I'm gonna wrap it up now. Thank you so much for watching this 4th installment. This is it for tonight. I'll get back to you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Have a great rest of your Easter again. Bless all of you guys. Take care. Have a good night and peace.